Today is the day, and as you can see behind me, they are loaded up with all the deliveries for this hour. I'm telling you, since I started coming here this month, this place has been crazy with deliveries, and you can see it in the inventory that's available. Selling these things like crazy here at the end of the year. But today, I'm so excited to pick up our new Model Y. You're going to see it here in a moment, and I'll explain all the details of why we did what we did, how much it was, all that stuff very soon. So I'm going to go inside and get checked in, and we'll go get to our new car. All these cars just for this hour, which is crazy. Cybertruck, all with aero wheels except for this one in the back with the cyber wheels. It's so crazy that they're able to deliver this many cars all in this hour, and then they're going to do it again in the next hour, and then the next hour, just non-stop. There we are, right at the back. We went with ultra red, and as much as I tried to stay to the plan, which was to get the cheapest possible, I could not resist. I've looked at the ultra red so many times, and it was hard to pass up this time. I was unable to find one with white interior, unfortunately, but it just looks so good. This is such a good red. All right, so here it is. It is ultra red, rear wheel drive, long range, black interior, no other options. And like I said, this was a demo model. It was a showroom demo, so it wasn't driven, but it was in and out of with a lot of people. So let's take a look across this vehicle at some of the wear you should expect on a demo model from a showroom. On the outside, there are a few minor blemishes in the paint, like some scratch marks and stuff, but nothing like severe. There's no like chips or anything like that because it wasn't on the road. But on the inside, that's where you'll start to notice some of the, I guess, quote, wear. So you'll see some of this happening already. This is something that's going to happen over time. It's just natural, but it wouldn't be here on a brand new one. So those types of things. Also, the floor mats. They're going to have a little bit of wear on them. These are not very fragile, so it's not really a big deal, but these are going to be replaced anyways. And then you would want to look around the plastic. This is where people's feet scuff and things like that. It's not too terribly bad, but we can see some of that right here, where just people getting in and out of it. Some of that right here on the door. Nothing else too crazy. The back seat, I didn't really look too much at yet, but yeah, there's really not much going on back here. So there's only so much, damage that can be done in a showroom. But something I discovered that was unexpected was back here in the cargo space. So this vehicle, I did not pay for a charger, so it's not supposed to have one. And as we look here, this is what you get. Just a J1772 adapter, which is fine. Nothing else in there. But when I opened this, I discovered, hey, there's a mobile connector in here. It's not supposed to have this. It would normally come in a nice bag. So I don't know if I was supposed to get this or not. And Tesla, if you're watching this and you want me to take this back, I will happily do that. But I was pleasantly surprised. Otherwise, I will absolutely keep this in the car and be happy with it. Taking a look under here, nothing going on there. This area is usually not touched a whole lot in the showroom other than just looking around. Just minor fraying on this. This carpet gets a little bit more, I guess, touched. Or more fragile than the floor mats in the front. So like right here, let's see if you can see that. If Velcro touches this stuff, this happens immediately. That's something I've noticed. So putting a floor liner on the cargo space immediately is a really good idea. One of the things that does not come with the rear wheel drive that does come with the all wheel drive. So you see these trays right here, or I guess these shelves right here. There's actually a tray that goes across the top. It's to hide your valuables that are in the back. Pretty common type of a thing, but it does not come with the rear wheel drive version of this car. And I'm now noticing, so there's another spot right there where a little bit of extra wear, but none of the panels or anything are sticking. Nothing looks crazy damaged. Pay close attention to this area. This sometimes does get quite a bit of rubbing from people actually climbing into the back, kids especially, but this is the only spot we have in the back, and it's on the plastic, so pretty good there. As you can see, the paint is in pretty good shape. Most of this stuff will come out. I don't know if you'll even be able to see that, but there's a couple of light marks on top of the paint, but nothing crazy. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Let's take a look at this seat situation. Yeah, nothing else there, just right here, so that's all right. And I see, let's go see if that's just sunlight or if that's scuffing on that side. Looks like that was mostly just the light, so I think we're good there. Nothing crazy with scratches and scuffs here. This seat is looking good, just minor stuff. And yeah, so that's good. And now let's just fold the middle seat. Looking good indeed. Now, the one thing I have already scheduled, there's only one thing that popped up that I noticed that I wanted to schedule right away. Right here, you can see, hopefully, that right there, I thought it was just some adhesive left behind. That's actually chipped. So the powder coat on the handle is chipped right there. So I've already scheduled for that to be probably replaced. So the only other place there is to look is in the front. So let's take a look up there. There you go. There's an example of one of the scratches. Oh no, that's not perfect. Nothing's even sat in here, so excellent. Some of these demo models, if you see demo with less than 50 miles is usually how it's marked. Those are showroom demos, so it's people getting in and out but not driving. Some of these are in pretty much pristine condition, not much different than if it showed up on a delivery truck. So there are some deals that can be had. This one, $1,700 was the discount, compared to a max of 1,000 is what I saw on long range rear wheel drive for inventory vehicles. One of the biggest upgrades you'll notice on the 2025 Model Y, really even 2024, some of 2023, the screen, instead of Intel, we have Ryzen. Actually, the Ryzen came in 2022, but we have hardware on this vehicle for full self-driving, but the processor on the screen is so much faster than it is on our current Model Y. That's going to be a really nice upgrade to have. The stereo is a step down from what comes in the all-wheel drive, but I was just listening to it for a bit and it sounds totally fine. Up here on the mirror, this is a little bit wobbly, and I don't know if they're going to be able to just like tighten it. So I am going to actually include this as well. So another thing that needs to be addressed from delivery. Well, while I was putting my glasses in, I think I found that the mirror has had a problem here for a hot minute because yeah. And before I forget, I almost forgot. So just to show you, we have 5 miles. So literally this car, when it arrived at my local service center, it went to the showroom and it didn't move. So this is what a demo with less than 50 miles is all about. It can range in how many miles are on it, but in my case, it only has 5 miles on it. So what they say is you get 3 days or 100 miles to notice things that are possibly wrong with the vehicle and to schedule that into a service appointment. That's the timeline you have to report these things, and then it doesn't matter after you report it how long you drive it before it gets in for service. But that takes away a lot of the stress of having to find everything right then and there. You actually get to use it a little bit to kind of discover some of these areas of concern. So a good idea is to drive it it and drive it with people in the car. So if you can fill the back seat, there will be people back there. You're more likely to capture if something's off or loose or scratch or whatever. They'll take care of all that stuff for you. You just have to schedule the appointment. This is very different than your traditional purchasing model at a traditional dealer. They will fix anything that they can on site the day you pick up. Anything they can't, you have to schedule an appointment for. So this vehicle was such a good deal. In March of this year was the last time we saw good deals until December, really, I guess, October, November, really November and December, we finally started seeing some kind of deals, and a lot of it was buying down the rate for financing, but also they incentivized the lease on this thing as well, an extra $50, which is quite a bit, and it all stacks. And once you include some of the other discounts, the cost to lease this thing can be stupid cheap, and that's exactly what happened here. I could have gone cheaper, but I just couldn't say no to Ultra Red this time. So technically, I didn't get the cheapest, and I did kind of splurge just a little bit, but I think it's worth it. You're gonna appreciate the extra colors as long as it doesn't take you out of some sort of a category like tax credit eligibility. Then that probably wouldn't be worth it. But this car, of course, is tax credit eligible. It has the same battery pack as the all-wheel drive does, so you get the same charging performance, but you actually get more range than the all-wheel drive version, which is great. I was just looking when I picked up, it was at 99%, and it was reading 335 miles of range, something like that. So 337 is what it's rated at 100%. We'll do some range testing, of course, but the biggest thing I want to share with you is the differences in this car versus the 2021 that we have. We had one of the first 2020s, and the 2020 to 2021 was quite an upgrade, honestly. Build quality was much better. Some updated features like the center console, steering wheel, heated seats, heated steering wheel. Those things were great, and that was like a year after our 2020. So since then, a lot has also changed in this car, including the suspension, the soundproofing, of course, the computers in the vehicle. So we're going to spend some time to get used to this vehicle, to figure out what works well, what doesn't, how it compares to an earlier Model Y, which should be helpful for those of you who are considering making the upgrade and not necessarily to Juniper, which should be coming in the next 6 months or so, hopefully. And because these cars actually have incentives, which bring that cost down quite a bit. Juniper is not going to have incentives. It's going to be full price, full interest rate for quite some time. And these vehicles, however, they're buying down rates, they're offering lease incentives, they're offering inventory discounts. Those things will not exist on the refresh Model Y for quite some time. A couple of the things we did get with this vehicle included 3 months of full self-driving for free on top of the 30 days I found out, because when I look in the app, it actually doesn't expire until 4 months from today. So you get the first 30 days plus 3 months after that. 3 months of supercharging for free as well. So all the charging that you could possibly do for the next 3 months is also covered. And then I think that's pretty much it, actually. Everything else was in discounts on inventory and using referral credits. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick walk around, kind of explain the vehicle, why we did it, that type of thing. We'll get into a lot more details. So make sure you're subscribed. Tons of content to come from this vehicle, and I will be pumping it out as fast as I possibly can. We are right around the holidays, so give me a break there, but I'm going to try my best to just pump this content out as quickly as I can, and hopefully that will help some of you in your buying decisions. So I thank you so much for joining today, and I can't wait to catch you on the next one.